Good day, good day, good day, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to Morning Sip with Red Melissa. I am Red Melissa. I am an ordained interfaith minister and spiritual life coach. And SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, welcome everybody. I am writing in what what our new series is, and I'll share that in a moment. I hope everyone is doing well. It's wonderful to be with you all live today. I had a wonderful weekend. So for me, Mondays are included in my weekend because Mondays are my Sabbath. And so I had a wonderful weekend. I'm still in birthday month mode, celebrating my birthday. I celebrate all month long because my birthday is October 1st. So since I bring in the month, I figured I might as well celebrate it all month. And I do. So I have on this hoodie that says Freedom Riders because 2 Saturdays ago, Marco and I went to see this amazing show, which was at Harlem Stage Gatehouse. So it's a traveling play. So I'm not sure where they're going to next, but I would suggest going to their website and finding out. It's the Freedom Riders play. And it's based on I can't even say it's based on the premise of the 12 Angry Men, but that's how they describe it. And what it's really about is the narrative, the telling of stories from the perspective of 12 different people and their interaction with racial profiling by the police. So it tells their stories, and it is amazing. It is amazing. So, Freedom Riders play, wonderful play, had a wonderful time, and it was very emotional. And it was one of those things where it was at the end and you just kind of like sat there, not knowing what to do. It had that kind of impact. And let's see what else. I had dinner with a friend of mine, a dear friend, at this fabulous restaurant in Edgewater, New Jersey. I've never been to Edgewater, New Jersey. It is very nice. It's near there's water views of the Hudson. So you're seeing, from the other side of New York, and this wonderful restaurant called Riverfront. Havens Riverfront. Really good food. And on Saturday, I had a Zoom Seminary Sisters reunion with some of my seminary sisters. So it was good to see them. We haven't seen each other probably for over a year now. We text and stuff, but we haven't seen each other. So we got on Zoom and caught up with each other. And that was wonderful. And then Saturday night, I went to a jazz concert with my girlfriend Julian. Shout out to Julian. And we're blessed that the library in New Rochelle does these jazz series. And so Saturday, they had a jazz performance by Tony McLendon, who is Samara Joy's father. So if you don't know who Samara Joy is, you need to find out. Wonderful jazz artist. A couple of years ago, she won a Grammy for Best New Artist. Amazing singer. And clearly it runs in the family because her father was the bomb. So that's a little recap of my weekend and some birthday celebration stuff. So it continues, y'all, because today is only the 21st. So shout out to all my Libras out there. Although, Libra season is coming to an end, but not October, not yet, not yet. So we're going to keep it going. And so we're going to keep it going today Milan. We're going to keep it going today. Yes, we are. We're going to keep it going today. Shay Love with our new series. So, our new series is Crossroads. Our new series is Crossroads. So I want to talk a little bit about Crossroads, and then we're going to go through this series through the story of prophecy. So first, let's talk about Crossroads. So I looked it up, and I want to share a couple of definitions, and then the definition that we are going to be using for these purposes. So one definition is the place of intersection of two or more roads. Second, a central meeting place. And third, which is the one that we're going to be following, a crucial point, especially where a decision must be made. A crucial point, especially where a decision must be made. So when I looked up the origins, it talks about in 1733, that word crossroads, it became known as a turning point and a moment of decision. So my question for us this week is, what crossroads have you experienced in your life? What crossroads have you experienced in your life? And are you at a crossroads now? Are you at a crossroad now in your life? We'll put that question up. Are you at a crossroad in your life? Are you in a crossroad now in your life? And if you are, what a beautiful place to be. I know sometimes it doesn't feel that way when you're at a crossroad. You can sometimes feel confused. You could sometimes feel apprehensive. You could sometimes feel frustrated. Whatever the feelings are, you might feel excited. Like, whoa, look at my options, right? Have you ever been at a crossroad and felt like you knew if you go down this path that this will happen, if you go down the other path that this will happen, that if you go down this other path that this will happen? Have you ever been at a crossroad and you could feel what would happen before you even stepped on that path? Has anyone ever had that experience? I've had that experience a number of times in my life when I'm at a crossroads. And I could stand within myself, center myself within myself, know that all that I need is within me, and I can look at the path, each path of the crossroad, and know through the feeling of it what is likely to happen. Has anyone ever experienced that? So it's almost like having the feeling of prophecy, right? The feeling of prophecy, of knowing before it actually occurs in this physical realm, right? Because we know that things are created in the visible first. Our lives are created in the invisible first, and then created in the physical, right? So, have you ever had that experience of prophecy, right? Of knowing, of feeling, of knowingness? Have you ever had that feeling of knowingness when you are at a crossroad? So, this week, we're going to go through a journey, if you will, a journey of prophecy as we explore Crossroads. And it comes to you from this extraordinary book called Sweetgrass, Braiding Sweetgrass. And it's by Robin Wall Kimmerer. And the subtext is Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and the Teachings of Plants. And this is our companion book this month at Centers for Spiritual Living. And I am so enjoying it. And I'm enjoying it so much because a lot of it is about nature, about trees. And you know, I'm all about that tree life. And it's wisdom from our indigenous siblings. And so they share this story, this true story of the 7 fire prophecies. There's really 8, but they tell the story of the 7 fire prophecies. So that's how we're going to journey this week as we talk about Crossroads. And as I share each of the fire prophecies, see if that's where you are right now. Just check in and see, I might be experiencing the fire prophecy number 1, fire prophecy number 4. You will find yourself somewhere along these 7 prophecies. Individually and collectively as a society, you shall see where we are within these 7 prophecies. So just to give you a little background, the fire prophecies are told through, and I am not going to pronounce this name right. It's a Native American name, Anishinaabe, Anishinaabe people. And it's been corresponded, this prophecy has been corresponded throughout this nation. So it's a prophecy that's been kept and shared by historians, by scholars, by people of Native American traditions. And it's a story, a prophecy that was told before they call them the light-skinned people came. So you know who they're talking about. And I'll share what Robin has written here. She said, they also carry what came after, for our histories are inevitably braided together with our futures. This story is known as the 7th fire prophecy, and it has been shared widely by Eddie Benton Benai and other elders. The era of the first fire found Anishinaabe people living in the Dawn's lands of the Atlantic shore. The people were given powerful spiritual teachings, which they are to follow for the good of the people and the land, for they are one. So I'm going to share, we have a little time. I'm going to share the first fire prophecy with you now. And then tomorrow we will explore the second and so on and so forth. So let me pause here and just check in with you. Shay has had the experience. Shay has had that prophecy experience of knowing if I go down this path, this is likely to occur. And if I go down this path, it's a feeling. I just know, a knowingness in the feeling. I knew you would have that, Shay. That's a given, girl. So here's the first fire prophecy. A prophet foretold that the Anishinaabe would have to move to the west, or else they would be destroyed in the changes that were to come. They were to search until they found the place where the food grows on the water, and there they would make their new home in safety. The leaders heeded the prophecy and led the nation west along the St. Lawrence River, far inland near what is now Montreal. There they rekindled the flame, carried with them on the journey and the bowls of Shiktakin. So that is the first prophecy. The first prophecy is a prophet. So let's say our inner knowing. Let's say God. Let's say our intuition. Let's say a prophet, right? Tells us to move. The first prophecy is to move from where you are here to there. Will you follow the prophecy to move? To pick up your pallet and be healed, right? That story of Jesus telling the crippled and blind man who was waiting every year for the angel to come and stir up the waters in the pool so that he can go in and be healed. And he kept missing it because someone else would get in it first because he was blind and crippled. And finally, Jesus said to him, pick up your mat and be healed. So when you're told to pick up your mat and move, do you listen? Do you listen? So that is the first fire prophecy, to move to the west, or else they would be destroyed in the changes that were to come. Will you heed that prophecy to move? All right. So that's the first prophecy. So you might be at the crossroad where you're being told in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, in your intuition, in your dreams, in your prayers. You might be seeing signs to move, to move, to move west. So Shay shares, I live my everyday life like that in a way. Never thought of it that way, but I made decisions that way all the time. And that takes a deep level of self-trust and a deep level of faith. So thank you for sharing that, Shay. Yes, that's the exact crossroad I feel I'm at right now. Pick up my mat and walk, ready to let all of it go and just move forward now, to move into the light. Yes, Shay. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. So, Shay is identifying with this first fire prophecy of moving, to move. And that may not be a physical move, right? That might not mean to move from Colorado to, I don't know, Hawaii. It could be to move from a way of thinking. It might be to move from a way that we perceive something. It might be to move from the past to the present. It might mean to move from the future to the present, right? It might mean a move in consciousness. It might mean a move from holding something a certain way to holding it in a different way. So we could look at it literally, as in moving from one place to another, and we could also look at it figuratively, right? So you see, check in with yourself and see what resonates with you. Maybe it's not the first fire prophecy. Maybe it's the second fire prophecy, which we will explore tomorrow. So Thank you, Shay, for sharing. I appreciate you, girl. We're going to get into some joy news now. So, tomorrow is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays, our offering at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, where I am the spiritual leader, is something that we call Community Cafe, where we come together, we share, we listen, we see each other, we are with each other in community. And so tomorrow, I will be leading an evening of meditation. So come, it doesn't matter what form of meditation you currently practice, or maybe you don't practice meditation and you've been curious about it. Come. It's open to everyone. An evening of meditation. I will be sharing a guided meditation and we'll do some sharing. Okay? All right. So join me tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Go to rocklandcsl.org for the Zoom link. It's free, it's open to everyone. So share the joy news with your circle of friends and family. I would love to see you tomorrow for an evening of meditation guided by me. All right. The other thing I want to share is we have started, not that one. We have started our new class. We had our first class on Thursday, last Thursday, our self-mastery, emergence of the true self class. And it is still open for registration just until this Thursday. So after this Thursday, registration will be closed, and that will be that. So this is a wonderful opportunity to experience emergence within yourself with your higher self. It is really understanding the creative process and how we get to use the creative process of the universe to create our lives in a masterful way. So if you're interested, if you have any questions, you could direct message me on social media. And you can also register for the class by going to rocklandcsl.org, look under classes, and all of the information is there. The cost is $240. It's an 8-week class. Thursday, 6:30 to 8:30 via Zoom. We have a great group of people who are in the class. So the only thing that's missing is you. So join us. Join us. The last thing I want to share today is I am a co-host on a wonderful podcast called Eugene Holden's Academy of Self-Mastery. So check out the podcast. It is amazing. It's all about self-mastery, but you notice in the graphic that the word self is in a lowercase s. So that's what we're talking about, our ego self, mastering our ego self with our capital S self. Yes? So every week we have a wonderful conversation. October is my month to co-host with Eugene, and we have a wonderful time. So you can check out past episodes, current episodes by going to Eugene Holden's Academy of Self-Mastery on YouTube and check it out. The other co-hosts are Elle and Sharon, and it's hosted by Eugene Holden, who's a amazing person. And if you get the Science of Mind magazine, you will find him in every issue on page 7, sharing affirmations. So it's a wonderful, wonderful person. So shout out to Eugene Holden and check out the podcast. All right, everybody. I think that's all the joy news I have to share with you today. We will continue our Crossroad series tomorrow. And think about that question. Are you at a crossroad now in your life? And if you are, what a wonderful place to be. Don't be scared. It's gonna be okay. Yes, it is. All right, y'all. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful today. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.